aware of what is happening. So now let us start today's let us start and it's money, beliefs, and influences. Our relationship with money. What is our relationship with money? And probably we can start thinking, what do we want to discover here? What is our objective? And we say it's just where are you financially? Somebody said at my age. Yeah, so where are you? Yeah? The money mistakes. I saw many hands go up. And even here I have my share of mistakes. You start discovering what was in. Some of them we don't even know if they were mistakes or not. This is the time you start thinking, oh, that was not a wise idea at this time. That was a dangerous move. That was a smart idea. And now the habits, what money habits do you have? Yeah. And now we start interrogating the money habits. Are they good? Now this is where you gain self-awareness of the money habits and also the money wounds. Do you know what are money wounds? Anyone wants to try? What are money wounds? We don't have your person.
It's just like not a natural, like a wound which you get. Maybe benefit heals, but the marks is there. So it's what the mistake you did with your money.
Yeah.
And you can't undo it. It's there. You can see this is a mistake I did. Even if you have somehow recovered that, it's still there.
What you're saying is there is a scar to remind you. Yeah, but for now a wound. Let's talk about a wound, not a scar. Some of the wounds are still fresh. They haven't healed. So what are examples of the wounds? Yes. Death. Something else?
Maybe something you've lost out of failure to plan. Like the consequences. You lost your car.
Yeah. Those are wounds. Those are some
Auction or something.
Yes, with auction. Some of the ones probably they happen, and some of them we really need to not forget. We might never forget, but we need to get. We have to find our way how to heal them so that you can be able to move. Because you know a wound. If you have a wound and I touch it, what happens? So it might be the reason why you are still in financial troubles, not because you are a bad person, but you have a wound. So we are here also to gain. Yes.
It's money wound related to regret.
To
Because you are rejecting, you are regretting.
It's also part of those regrets. There. So how do we go past those? Gain new skills and positive money habits. So that is where we are headed. So these are good questions we can ask ourselves. In a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very good, how good are you with your money? Wangapi wako at 10? At 9? Where are we? 5. Below 5. Below 5. And when I'm doing this, I love talking about something. A whole person. We might be talking about our finances, but you know, finance is just part of us, right? We have other. So I also want to trigger something in us, a whole person. Probably we can do this very fast. Draw a circle. This will help you at least know where you are. Our focus will be on finance, but we need to draw a whole person. So we can divide this. Divide it like that there. I want us to go very fast so that we can do a few things. Are we there? So now I want you to give these names. We start with finance, right? Then you can go family, career, you can go your spiritual life, you can go, what else? I want you to input yours. This is just an example, right? So I've given you just a sketch. I want you to feel what are those things that are important in your life? Family, career, your work, So that we learn more, right? Ingine? Bills. Nataka ikuwe ya financial wheel. Weka. Sini yako. Savings weka.
You also have health.
Health. There is, you can do a lot. There is physical health, mental health. I just want us to just get a feel. Are we there? So in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is here, 1 is here, you mark. Kama umeandika family, where are you at? Right? Where are you at? Kama umeandika family is at 8, 8 is around there. Finances, mtu alisema below 5, right? We're going to look hapa, 3. Entertainment, 10.
Ama unaweza ongezea ifike 12.
Oh, 12. Investment. Well, somebody just 4. Naona. Savings.
Below
Oh, yes, hapo. Haya. Health. 5. 8, eh? Okay.
5, 8, 7.
So we can just go there an average. Your spiritual life, 5. Yeah. And your work or career, where are you at your career? 7. Okay. 7 is around there. So are you done with yours? Now I want you to join. I want you to join the dots, the marks you've made. So like this one will join.
Just repeat the instructions again.
The instructions from what you have done, leave this alone. We said this is an example. I wanted you to do yours so that you can do it the right way. From a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is the least, 10 is the best. Where you are, right? Na kuna watu walisema family wako 7, finances wako below 5, entertainment tuliweka hata 12. Hakuna. Investment tulikuwa kwa 3, savings tuko kwa 1. Are you getting the? Are you understanding? Are we there? Have we done it? Show of hands. Anyone who has done? How many more minutes?
Just a second.
You want us to do as well?
Yes, there. Well, you have done a mark. Good. Well, you are good. You've done a mark. You've done marks. Yes. So now this is what I want you to do. After you've done the marks, you connect them. Kama hizi iko hapa, una connect na ile finance. Hii ingine una connect na hii una connect na hii una connect hivi, hii hapa, like that. Are we there? Yes. Are we done? It's called a wheel of life. Tunaweza ita wheel of finance. Make a lot of finance. Are we there? Yes. So what do you have? You can show your friend if you are comfortable. So we can use this. If this one is yours, it's supposed to be a circle. It's supposed to be a wheel. Can you go anywhere? Yeah? What shape is this we have here? Yeah? Please be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to your neighbor. So have you seen? Yeah. You can do it at your own time, and you can also bring for you the nice ones. You do them so that for real evaluation. Yes, we will bring a real one for real evaluation. Okay. That was just about to see how good are you with your money. Finances. Can your finance? Copy. 2 or 3. Okay. So now we are continuing. And what influences your habits? What is the influence you have in your savings? Why is your savings at 2? Now, here entertainment, it has financial implications. Savings iko 1 na entertainment iko 12. What influences? Kunumeshika. And now, these are just questions I want you to be asking yourself. What is your worst money mistakes? We said we have money mistakes. Who wants to share theirs? Your worst money mistakes. Bad investment. Someone else wants to share? taking a loan without an objective, or a payment plan. Another one, loaning uncle's money. Simeona. Another one. And not two more. Yes. Betting. Oh, awesome. Betting. That one. Betting. Gambling. Another one. One last one.
Does this have to do something with peer pressure? If you come to entertainment, ujamana endesha hiyo TX tuliambiwa hapa. Lakini lazima nionekane.
What influences your
Money habits.
These are the questions now. You're asking yourself good questions. Remember, we are triggering the questions. So the next one. Yeah, so now, what are individual money habits? You as individual. You know, we say here, we are married. So that's why we put the individual part. What are your individual money habits? How well do you know yourself with money? Yourself with money. So after those questions now, you can start asking yourself, how well do I deal with money, and do you live within your means? Do you live within our means? Sometimes. Oh, okay. It is an occasion. Debt management. I'm sure we really talked about debt here. And how do you manage your debts? Because there is good debt and bad. Yes. Do you recover it and bad?
Naandika lakini
At least unaandika. Yeah. That is good. At least anaandika. Do you like nani wanapanga budget? Five of us. Awesome. That is good. Now we'll go to that next. At least you are right. It's good, right? So savings. How are your savings? We don't save. Up and down. Yeah. Do we know there is a fact about savings that Peter is going to teach us? Do you know your savings should be actually in categories, and one of them is emergency savings. How many have emergency savings? You have an emergency savings? Can I answer the question?
yes.
Can you tell us a bit about your emergency savings?
I have my normal savings where I take them to the bank, but I have emergency savings with ICA line. I put my money every month. Yes.
Can you fix that one? Yeah, so I always say that your emergency savings, it's not your normal savings. Your savings, your emergency savings, if today you lost your job, your family will not feel or will not know for the next 6 months. Your life will be constant.
So that should be the question he should answer.
Yes. Can you sustain you for 6 months?
Yes.
Without having to change anything? You can not having to change your diet. Your car. Yes, so as in 6 months, the least. Those are the emergency. And I'm sure that one we all realized how bad we were during COVID. Do we need to even be taken through a lesson on that? No. But it's good to learn, right? So that is what savings is. There are categories of savings. It's just not savings. There is emergency savings that you don't spend your money. And I also share, as we continue, I'll share my stories with savings. So that you know, saving is not just saving. Yeah, and also, how do you save? The emergency saving is something that you can access urgently. It's your shamba. Shamba those are 10 years, right? Yeah. Peter really talk about that. So there is the delayed gratification. We are all human beings and we have feelings, right? Kuna kitu unaona unajua hii lazima nibuy. Sindio? But after you buy,
You regret.
really, oh my God, what did I just?
Yes.
What did I just? Probably you never use that thing. So you have to also learn how to delay gratification. You will also learn about how to do that. There is paying bills on time. Paying bills on time is a very good habit, and I met one person who was really in trouble. She got in trouble, and one thing that saved her is because she was paying her bills on time. So when she was running late with her rent and other things, the landlord told her, you know what, you have to worry. You've never disturbed me one day. Take your time. And she stayed for a whole year without paying. Now when you're ready, please come. Are you getting? Paying things on time can save you when you need that. Yes. actually even had told the landlord, I would really want to move because, you know what, take your time and decide what you want to do. I will not come to you. You will come to, you've been very good with me for the last whatever years, so this time I'm giving it back to you. Are you getting? Just paying bills on? Yeah, so some of these things we take for granted are they're just habits, but they can really impact your life positively or negatively. So keep the lines of communication open. This one, who does it apply to? Yes? Family, who else? Yeah, tuna sauti. We are learning from each other. Employer, imagine you're in trouble. If you had a financial, you're in a financial trouble and you're working, if you went before and probably shared with somebody who could help you, it could have been better other than the other way. What is the other way? What are other ways? You get into depression. You don't come to work. Are you getting? But if you shared, probably something could have been done. So keeping the lines of communication open is a very big topic. It is very important in families, even friends, workplace, about our finances. Because making a mistake is we all make. We all make mistakes, and anything can come. Probably some of the time I usually see, like when you're struggling at home, you have a sick person. Many people don't like sharing that. So what happens? Like I have also a friend of mine. By the time I was asking what is wrong, the guy had really shrunk. He had really gone. He's not talking. And I'm like, oh, this is not the person I know. So I'm like, what is wrong? By the time he was telling me, my dad has been sick since 2019, and I don't have. I've taken a loan with my salary. My wife has taken a loan with her salary. My sister, so they didn't have anything. So I don't even know how to go to work. From 2019, I was like, really? And we just told him, sometimes just pick up. And that time he spoke up. That was started helping him. Even with 50 shillings, it will help you for making that call. Are you getting? So keeping the lines of communication open is very important in any financial situation. The only thing you need to know is who you talk to. It's not everyone. You have to use wisdom. So, next. So, all right. We can continue as Peter sorts that out.
Question.
Yes, question.
Let me ask. Okay, and communication.
Yes.
What if somebody is not good in communication? You know, there are those people who are so reserved. So how can you help those kind of people? Because there are some who they don't. When it comes to sharing a problem of anything, they see as if they're disturbing people, they don't want to become something of the sort.
We also deal with that because it's we talked about self-awareness. You know that I'm not very good in communication, so you find a way of doing it. Yes. We also have something of that. How do you do it? How do you get it out there in the right way? Because you can't also now, if it's a workplace, you can't just keep on bringing your issues at workplace. It goes in levels. However, the best way is working on yourself until you're able to handle situations. Situations will always come. That's what I tell people. And we saw the activity. They kept on increasing. They kept on increasing. And that's what life is all about. If you think that one day you wake up and we are living in a very beautiful country, there is no, I don't know, stories that rot, there is no, the dollar is not at 130 shillings, that will never happen. It's you to get better until you hear with your friends. Because you have known how, you've understood self until you're able to adjust to what is happening around you without you being distracted. So we can continue as Peter sorts out what are symptoms of money wounds. It's a symptom. Yes. Sorry? Alcohol. Very good. Those are good symptoms. What are the symptoms of money? Alcoholism. Something else?
Anger.
Anger. Unexplained anger.
Anger, yes.
Yeah.
Depression.
Depression. Withdrawal. All those things. Like when I talked about that friend of mine, he was getting smaller by the day. He's getting withdrawn. He's not coming around because he works out of Nairobi. He's no longer coming to see the family. Now you see, you start noticing, right? So as we speak about money wounds, let me say money wounds are often formed in childhood. Who believes that? Money wounds are often formed in childhood. Yes, some of these behaviors you have or the wounds are formed in childhood. They are not really your mistakes. Yes. I want to hear what's around.
Go to, yes, go back here.
From the parents, if they did not plan.
Everything should be okay now.
Through how you are raised, right? Yes. And another
And you could put it
reaction
back to
formed
projection.
in childhood.
You come on, like should
The kind of
give me the last one.
Yes, the kind of upbringing
That one.
and lifestyle. Very important. And what I usually say, typically they stem from the attitudes around the attitudes that happen to us, the projections, the experience we had in childhood. A child is a sponge. A child is a
Then you have to
and
follow
how
with
many
this
do you
like
have
that.
children?
Could it happen? Then you have to go manual.
Thank you.
I think it's the
So that,
document
as
maybe
we
needs
learn,
to be
we
edited
also
kidogo.
make sure we are not passing down the same, the next one. We're not passing down the same wounds to our children. Yes, a child is a sponge. All those things. And I usually share one of my stories. When I was young, my dad is the one who used to come with meat in when I was young. For all the time I was young, he's the one who used to buy meat. So when I got married, I never used to buy meat. And I didn't know, but then I realized later. So even when my husband gave me money for meat, I would not buy. And he would like, simple chips, and I'm like, I went in Wanyama. What happened to Wanyama? And before, then one day I just went and asked my dad, by the way, now when I realized it's becoming an issue in my marriage, I'm talking about childhood wounds and myths and beliefs. He told me the place we used to live, they never used to have that nice meat because he used to like doing the choma on the the curry that we cook chapo. I don't know what I say when it's up. Yes, he used to love doing his meat there, and it has to be a particular part of the meat, not just any part. So that's the reason why he used to buy it. So now he gets the right, and then he just kept on. So I was like, why did you tell me? So I'm waiting for my husband to come with meat every day. He's the only way, and he's not. So you see, I was already having financial issues with my husband, not because of even finances, because of a belief I had picked from when I was, because he loves meat, and then he left money for meat, and there is no meat. Do you know even now, he still buys meat because he realized, I have to take up this, but then he buys in bag. But it came from this. It came from this. This is something I didn't know. I didn't know that I absorbed it from my. Now I'm getting there. So you start thinking, what did you pick up from your parents that is affecting your life today? And it's also affecting your financial ways of making decisions, or it's making a fight, it's bringing a fight. Yeah, so when the beliefs are either good or excellent or challenging, it doesn't have to be bad. Good and, yeah, some people are very good in budgeting and buying. Some of them learned it from their parents. Some people don't know how to even save or anything. It is not your mistake. Start interrogating that habit. Yeah, so some others are formed as we grow. Hearing repeated beliefs. See, kama ile wanasemanga ya pesa yangu ni yangu, lakini ya Bwana ni that's why you see, even if someone is just doing well, they keep on saying, lazima nikule yako. Are you getting? They're just things we found them happening, and some, they are things that people are talking about now. So many things we are learning from the movies, from the books. Which book has impacted you financially, with your financial spending and ways? Do you have any book that have impacted you? Yeah. Which one? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Who else? Even me, that one actually made a very big influence in my life. It actually made me flip how I do things. All right? Yeah, so you see even the books right now, and the traumas, the experience we had, the hardship, anything. Yeah? Probably you are told, even the way we tell children, "Atakushika pesa, pesa ni chafu." Do you know that child does not understand what you mean? Yeah, atagrow up to pesa ni. That child might never want to work. As an adult, they'll just think money is dirty. It's not dirty. You are just thinking about hygiene when you're telling them that, simply because the money has been touched by many. But what they got is, money is not good. That is what they understand. Money is not good. Money is not. So that's why we keep on rejecting money. And we don't transfer to the wrong. But money, it is the things we learn when we work. Yeah, so the next one, Peter. Yeah, so we say we already talked about the symptoms, right? So I don't want us to go back there. But now, how do we heal them? How do we heal? How do we fix them? So most of the time we are trying to fix them, the upper part. Are you getting the symptoms? You talked about the symptoms. That is what we are trying to fix. So let me ask you, if today we came and we cut that tree there, around there, what will happen to that tree? It will grow. And actually it grows looking so nice, right? Yes. So this is what we are trying to do all the time. We're trying to do quick fixes. We're trying to take care of the fruits, and that is not where the problem is. So we have to go down to that. We have to understand the problem. The symptoms are there. I don't have savings. That is the symptoms. What is the problem? I don't have structures. And you go to the roots. Where did it start? I never grew up in a saving culture. I never learned somewhere. So you start by learning. Then you get structures, and then you get. I like using this analogy. If today we came here in this compound and we planted mango trees. After 10 years, what are you going to harvest? Mangoes. Will you come here saying that we are coming to harvest our oranges? So are you getting? So anything that you are seeing right now, any symptoms, just know it was planted. And please don't beat yourself up. Some of them you have seen, it is not us who planted, it's our parents, our environment, our what we watch every day, our people we hang around with, all of this. Okay? So if you don't intentionally plant something else or someone else will, it's an next. Yeah, so and this is how we heal the wounds. Work on your money blueprint. And we become, that one we learn as we go on. What is money blueprint? How do we work on it? How do we learn and learn? Acquire money skills. There's so many money skills. We also learn that. Uncover the limiting beliefs. You interrogate what limits me. And then you work on them. You uncover them. And then get into some coaching and mentorship programs. And we also share my journey with Peter. That is actually where we started with him, right? Yeah, so create new, healthy money habits. If you stop a habit, you have to put in a new. You just don't leave it like that. So this will come in more of a whole training that we will do here. So there is a wheel here that tells you these are when you uncover, they are there, the self-image, all those, then the skills, then you keep on rotating, healing, the dysfunctional family patterns, the generational traumas, all those. They go on dropping and dropping. Which one next? Yeah, so I need some reaction on that. What can you say about that one? Anybody? divorce. Stop overthinking. What can you see? Uh-huh. Counting chicks before they hatch. Yeah. Okay, that is new. And another one.
You want to harvest from where you have not.
You want to harvest from where you have not. That is it. Those are good observations. Eh?
The second one is running away from responsibility.
Running away from responsibility. Another one. That is interesting. Is this wengine
The
ambao-
hen belong, the egg belongs to the hen.
But the chick doesn't belong.
Oh, really? The egg belongs to the hen, but the chick. Why is the chick? I can't see a chick.
It's a duck and there's a hen.
There's a duck and there is a hen. Uh-huh.
So the egg and
Yeah.
is a duck.
Yeah.
It's a duck to the other.
Oh, it's a duck. It's a what?
It's a duck.
It's a duck. What? Who else can see a duck?
There's a duck.
There's a
and
duck.
Oh, the chick is a snake.
Oh, okay, good.
The duck and the hen.
So now everyone
Both,
is.
okay, up there, everyone is claiming responsibility.
Yes.
But what has happened is that what has come out, it is a shock to most of them. Yes.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, this is just like results don't lie. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, results don't lie. Yeah. You can tell us what you've done with your money. You can tell us so many things, but results don't. Yeah, so can we interrogate the results you have? You need to know how did you end up with these results. Are you getting? Yeah. So, but I like the many things we saw. Okay. And now this one, when we started our Italian finances, that is what we expected. The first one, right? A smooth, yeah. Even if it's a bump, it's just like a small bump that you can just go in. But is this how it's going?
No.
Is this how it's going? How is it going?
It's so bumpy.
Like that,
Up and
right?
down.
Yeah, so what we're saying is, it doesn't matter where you are, you can even handle much more than what is happening. Yeah, right? All you need to do is get the right skills. This training is going to help you realize you are operating at a very low level. You can do much better so that you get the most of your life, you get the most out of what you're doing, and you become a better person, and the rest tunaachia nani? So is there a question before I invite Peter back? Yeah. That, you've not even gotten there, but what we are saying is you can do much more. If you are in, you see this, you see that the first person is very, confidence. Not taking machocha. And then the other one, when things stand out, they're like, oh my God, this is not what I signed up for. But you see, these are the person. It doesn't matter the amount of new, they are still like, we are gonna do. Yeah. So are we getting there? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good. Thank you very much, Mercy. What have we picked out of this story? Something that Anna had talked about for the new guys who are relatively very newly employed. This is your status. Yaani unashangaa mshahara itaingia lini? Nichangamkie kilini. Sindio? Look at the feeling of your first salaries. You are sure this is even too much. Yet even after you sign that contract, what happens is that you do not want to have another experience with the HR just about they think they are paying you too much. So you sign and disappear. Then you come to work diligently for the first month, and then you cannot wait for the 30 days to end, and you have your money. True? You chapa 6 months. You've been on sherehe throughout. No, when you are newly employed, Why are you laughing? I think that's it. What's your good name? Jason. Nika ukuwe maeneo. Let's appreciate Jason. Now, the reason why we are here is that because we don't want you to be there. And I'm sure Tomaina has said, Joseph,
Yes.
I'm sure you can remember that feeling when you got your first job. When there was too much money that even you could not wrap your mind around it. And remember, then what happened? That's the only thing you cared. If it is those times, if it was our time, you knew that you would have money to go to, when it was seasons. There used to be a club called Seasons in town. That was the seasons. Na wale walikuwa hapo mbele yetu na still wa time yetu kulikuwa inaitwa Madhouse. Na Kani Visions.
Boomerang.
Boomerang. Well, probably I was not there that time. But mimi sasa hapa ndo Kani.
Na blue post.
Na blue post sticker I can relate because now having come from hapo chini ushago kuja blue post yenyewe umeweza. So this is where we all started. Then what happened? I saw you reacting when we were talking about claiming the results. This is what actually now starts happening. When you realize that as money is continuing to come in, my obligations are also becoming more. That time when you got a job, you are single. Ah, very good. Time itafika tu utapata na kamshi hapa mdanganyane. Uingie box na yeye ingie box. Then what happens after that? Mazao itatokea? Matume itatokea. Then you realize, haya. I used to live on one packet of milk for close to a week. Now single, it means ni kwenda tu kama ziwa kidogo, kama maji kidogo, coffee, microwave, and you have your breakfast. Now you have this young thing that is not even 5 kgs, that for them to be fed, the mother has to take 2 liters of milk. Okay, and you are used to having a packet of milk a week to yourself. Now, this is what starts happening, the turbulence starts. But then, you need to equip yourself because this is where life takes you. That's where many of us are. But if you have equipped yourself very well, then it doesn't shock you. Why? Because you have made a plan around your money. You are deliberate about, am I putting aside savings? Am I organizing my money very well? Because how many of us are grandparents? Have you gotten your child asking you that they don't have money for their children's school fees, for your grandchild's school fees? Has it happened? It has never happened. Anybody who's that has happened? I know at one time I was in a mess. Yeah.
It's not okay. Mine.
Yeah.
It's my sister's grandchild.
Yes.
Uncle is again.
True. It happens. Now that is nowhere within your plan. Like it's this thing. How many of us have been added to our WhatsApp group ya mazishi ushago? Na kwanza wanajua unafanya kazi airport.
Si airport.
Kwa ndege wewe yani tukiona ndege yani tunajua kijana wetu wako pale ndani. Unaona sasa hata we are having confession. Alinunua hii kwa sababu hawezi kuwa added kwa WhatsApp. Now, that means we gain the capability and the capacity to handle that. But also that we put an end to this session. I want you to, on that notebook, to write what your money wounds are. What your money wounds are. What are your current money wounds? What are those things that you are struggling with that have actually formed wounds? Some of us ni pesa tulipatia bibi. akachoma zote. Unaambia wewe, kile kitu nimekuwekea kwa hii nyumba ni watoto wangu tu na mapenzi. Otherwise, I would not want to see anything to do with you. Some of you as men, you made a mistake. Yani you go home to that woman and she looks at you. Yani I took up a loan, put my job at the line for you, and you went and messed this money. I want you to write those money wounds. They are yours, they are personal. Please write them. Because part of how to grow financially is knowing what you need to grow away from. Now, after you write your money wounds, they are yours. You need to have, we'll need to create a strategy on how to heal those wounds. At times, some of us grew up being told, unajua wewe unaongea tu maneno ya nyama, unafikiria nyama inaokotangwa. Some of the reasons why some of us even spend a sizable portion of our money on buying meat is because of the words your mother told you. Kwa sababu unaona kwa nini kuna mjua nyama unafikiria pia sitakununua kila siku. So as to undo what your mother told you, what do you do? Sasa hata mjana yangu ingine. Nyama kwanza unasema unaenda hapa nipatie top side, hapa nipatie 20, hapa nipatie mguu pale steak, nipatie fillet, nipatie mbavu, mali atajua mimi nilimake it. So that money wound still is alive for you today. Some of us were told you can never be something. And because whatever you are told you will not become, you became. Now you are spending your money proving to people that I did. Ulisema kwetu ni hakuna mtu atawahi tokelezea. Sisi, our family is doomed. It's a wound that is, and how unfortunately, how you try to overcome or to shape that wound is that you actually now spend money to cover up for that mess. Am I making sense? Yes. So write those wounds. Write as a big a list as possible. Because it helps you to learn what you could be battling with. Some of us is even once sick by our siblings. So it becomes important. After you have written that, write your bad money habits. Because all of us know. There's a kabbalah, I see they are smiling. You know you have a bad money habit. I'm saying the way you have smiled, it is because you have seen something. I can't be that. You are a big couple. Anyway, jamaa tu alinipata akaniuzia timba girisita. Lakini kwa sababu unataka kuchapa luku. Yeah. Some of us as men probably, or as even as ladies, your bad money habit is how much you spend on your entertainment. Remember once we were doing a training in an organization and the HR was telling us, we are having to sustain this guy here. But we know the week after we pay him, he doesn't show up for work. Hadi pesa iishe. Yani, you know, you have to bring your money down to manageable levels. Akibaki tu na fare, na chakula for the next 2 weeks, that's the time now he knows he can come back to work. But the guy is good at what he does. So what are your bad money habits? Write those down. And the challenge that we want to give you for today and tomorrow, be deliberate about working against or overcoming those bad money habits. There's like a place you usually pass ukienda nyumbani and you spend money that is not necessary. Can you work on that? Now, after we have talked about the wounds, the money habits, then adopt a system that is going to help you undo those bad money habits. Remember at times I used to live somewhere ukishukishwa na matatu. Kuna jamaa wa Mutura na alikuwa na Mutura 5. So lazima ningeingia hapo affordable. Then after that, you go to another place, a guy who does what maize, then you buy. Then you get somewhere. You know, by the time you've gotten home, how much money have you spent? You have 200 gone. In a week, how much is that? It's 1,000. Now do 1,000 times 4. That's 4K. How much would 4,000 boost your emergency kitty? A month. In a year, it's 50K. 48,000. Is that a good amount of money? Is it money that you don't consciously think about? Is that money, if you went and took it in the circle, 4,000, that means by the end of the year, you have a credit worthiness of 150,000. Why won't you buy a property with 150,000 somewhere? You have a project that you need to do. So the one homework that we will leave from with this session is for you to work on yourself. And it has to be as honest as it should be. Some of you know even some of your bad money habits. How much money do you spend in the salon? Naendanga hii salon kwa sababu nataka kuonyesha sasa nilipata kazi Phoenix. Yeah, kwa ndege. Na wamama wa chama lazima wajue mimi nafanyanga kazi kwa airline. For the men, the places you go out to hang out and the kind of clothes you wear. You know, we men now have a thing about feeling good about ourselves. That is referring to what? The new car that he just acquired. Ukikuja siku hizi hatutaki kuja mahali tunaweka gari ambapo kuna vumbi sana. So nimechelewa kwa sababu nilikuwa nimeenda kutafuta parking mahali chini ya mti. So what is simply telling you, kindly go out and check my new ride. Bad money habits. You have to be deliberate about dropping some of those things. And so until we meet on Wednesday, the homework is, can you evaluate what are those things you need to drop? What are those things that you are doing today that don't grow you financially? What are those bad habits that you are financing that will really not make you have enough money for your child's school fees? The next 2, the next 5, the next 10 years. What are those bad habits that if you do not live today, utaishi hapa and your neighbors and your colleagues are driving and you have not afforded to drive? What are those bad habits that will make you work in Phoenix and never own a home? You have to be deliberate about dropping them. Unfortunately, we don't have a formula that we can tell you, this is your bad habit. It has to be you. So you have to be as honest as you should be with yourself around your money. Is there some people here who share an account? You send money to a joint account at the end of the month. Yake na yake zinaingia kwa account moja. So you all receive your money individually. So you need to be as honest with yourself as to how that money comes to an end. So that from there, we then now begin to say, from Wednesday, we will look at other issues around budgeting, but we will already have addressed where the problem is, so that we will then be building on a course. Does that sound like a good place to end today and begin from on Wednesday? Have we learned something new? Yes. Are we challenged to think differently? Yes. And in this world, I want to tell you that everything that you come across is competing for your money. The day you log into your Facebook, you have an ad that makes you realize that your kitchen is very old. True? You have an ad that is telling you, by the way, for a man to chapa duku kuna starter pack ya weekend, si ndio? Nikapoti fulani checked, trao ya khaki, and some nice sweat shoes. As a lady, there's something telling you that there's a new spa somewhere. Please check it. Everything is competing for your resources. So you have to be deliberate about what you choose to put your resources into. So thank you very much. Kindly make sure that you sign on the attendance, because we would want to have, at the very last tail end of the day, we would want to give you a certificate of participation, as you also give us the feedback on how this program has helped you. Will that be a good way to end it? So thank you very much. Unless there's any question or comment, we leave it at that. Yes, sir.
Let me ask, what motivates you to save?
What motivates me to save is that I have very many obligations, and those obligations require money. Now, and we learned this in one of the lessons that we'll be handling. Saving is, as Mercy had said, for different reasons. But key in saving is that saving is for you to put money aside, for you to accumulate capital, for you to do what you want to do, that requires an amount of money that you cannot finance using your 1 month's salary. So that is then what should motivate you. It's the goal. So even as we start off on Wednesday, I want you to write your goals, your short-term goals, your middle-term goals, and your long-term goals. Have them very clear, because then you're able to build on that. If it's about, Mr. Joseph will talk about planning for retirement. How do you want to retire? Today would mean then, if I want to retire with a certain level of a lifestyle, then I need to increase my saving towards retirement and reduce on my saving towards other things, or reduce my spending on these other things so that I can have more money put towards my retirement. Make sense? Have I answered your question?
Are there any demotivators to savings apart from bad money habits? Like you could say, people don't save because we can say the general consensus of why people don't save is because they have bad money habits and the things you're saying.
Yes.
But are there any other that might be, for example, if you get somebody like you're saying earning 500,000 to a million, 2 million shillings a month, and maybe if he gets, this is someone who easily can be able to put on a down payment easily and sustain and buy that particular house,
yes,
using his salaries, and maybe do some of the things he wants to do actually funded by his salaries. Yes. So, and if he has, let me say, if he has good money habits, like he doesn't really necessarily have to be saving, but he does not spend it, or he spends it by budgeted spending. So, what would motivate such a person to start saving for a rainy day if he knows like he can actually sustain this using his salaries?
It's because
an example of where you started now.
And a good example, and a good answer is what actually what you have finished off with saying. It's because there's a rainy day. Yeah? So what demotivates or makes people not to save fast? Because I see your question has two phases. What would make people not save? Number one is the anticipation that at the end of 30 days, the management of Phoenix will go to their accounts and trigger a payment for salaries. So what nikimaliza do yangu hii mwezi, I mean, see, have another salary coming in. And that happens a lot with quite a lot of the people who are way younger. Because they are thinking, hata nikichapa sherehe hii weekend, si kuna wengine naingia in another 2 weeks. Yeah? But you forget, money spent is spent. Just like time. Now, so that could be one other reason why people then don't put on a culture of savings. The other thing would be even the environment in which you reside or you live or you associate. If you are living with people who are always on a spend mode, definitely those influence you. I remember those years back, I had friends who would say, at least Peter has a car. So us will just fuel his car. Then Peter will take us wherever. And for me, my bargain was, you would have to buy me booze the entire time. So my bargain was, I give you transport, you fuel the car. But in the process, what happens? Rudisha mkono. In the process, I'll go there and I get hungry. And guys are eating. So will you be funded every? And probably because we were even younger, you'll be told that, don't worry, we'll even bring you a chick. When is that girl you're going to sustain her with what? You will be funded with CDF from your friends. You have to go back to your pocket. So those are now the kind of things that would affect your ability to save. The second thing is when you asked about why would somebody want to wait and accumulate the funds. Because at times, that may have the cost implication of time. So you may put aside money, save, but then how long will it take you? And that is why we have organizations like the SACCO, which become important. Because you can be able to put in money there and borrow against, where what you're borrowing is higher than what you can personally afford to finance. And we'll talk this when we talk about our personal financial planning, the 8 steps in your personal financial planning journey. Yeah? And then why then part of growing your collateral is very important in your life. Yeah? I hope that answers your question. And again, your money today has what you would call an opportunity cost. So do you put your money today in a house, or do you put that money in a house later? Or do you eat in this era where unga is how much? 200 shillings. So that will be an ongoing discussion. Last question or comment? Yes, sir.
Which advice can you give to person who says, I don't save because nategemea na watu wengine?
Okay. I'm sure Mercy will also address that when we'll be talking about loving self and knowing self. Kindly note, when a trailer or a truck that is carrying petroleum and diesel, as much as the whole tanker has petrol, it consumes petrol from its own tank. So the moment this tank has no fuel, even this fuel that it's carrying will not get to where it's. So please don't love yourself, love others more than you love yourself. When the Bible says love others as you love your. So the commandments is to first of all love who? So that you're able to love. Yes. But we will have that discussion. Yes. Good. Any other question?
Just last one.
Yes.
So the self-assertiveness also helps in the selling culture.
Precisely. It's very important. Otherwise, you type up WhatsApp groups maybe. And somebody who is just lazy, even all of us know they are genuine people. There's somebody, they call you today and ask you, give me 5K. This person is not lazy. They are not drinking somewhere, so they are not able to handle their bills, so they want me to bail them out. This person, based on the integrity that I have for them, and they give them money. And whether they even pay me back or not, I know I have helped them out. Lakini kuna zile siku unapatana chief. Wali kwa juzi sisi wote. True? Good. So allow us to edit at that so that we have in the next session. Then we will be able to meet again on Wednesday to pick it up from there. Thank you very, very much and have a great afternoon, and kindly reflect on what we have discussed. That is your homework for today and tomorrow. Then we pick it up on Wednesday.
Thank you. Yes.
After you got broke or kuvuta kazi, what strategy you
Do you mind holding that question? Write it somewhere while you're writing your notes. Then you ask that question on Wednesday. Sawa. Kindly. Sawa. Thank you very much.